I don't know if I'm capable of explaining.
Just tell us about him.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, Bakhtin is a representative, an initiator of an extraordinary group of scholars. They were young boys, they were kids. We're in the 20s, 1920s in Russia. It was a very rich time culturally, because we had Bakhtin and the Bakhtin Circle, which consisted of transversality. It attracted people from different spheres, musicologists, biologists, philosophers, whatever. They were scholars that studied and elaborated, for example, for what concerns language studies, a very good critique of Saussurean linguistics at a time when Saussurean linguistics was going strongly, was being introduced and was dominant and has been over the decades. Bakhtin is a philosopher. He was mistaken as a literary critic initially, because his two main monographs are dedicated to literary writers. One is dedicated to Dostoevsky and the other to Rabelais. And then the story goes that he was confined to Siberia, I think, and he smoked his book on Gogol. That's the story they tell. He'd roll his cigarettes, and so ripped page by page of his monograph on Gogol and smoked it in the form of cigarettes. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I hope it's not. Anyway, Bakhtin wrote with Voloshinov and with Medvedev, between the three of them, foundational books. But in this context, we won't go into detail, but major central concepts are this concept of alterity, of dialogism, of joyful relativity, of answerability and responsibility. To singularity is connected responsibility, the whole concept of responsibility. And as I was saying the other day about identity is not just one compound concept, right? The same with responsibility. Language is quite fascinating. It's full of implications, stratifications of senses, and we use concepts without being aware, really, of the nuances, right? And very often there are misunderstandings are the result and are translated into social public life, into the political life even. Responsibility.